In the PCOS series, today we will be talking about nutrition. Welcome, Dr. Preeti. Thank you for speaking with us. Doctor, food is basically about comfort and enjoyment, right? It brings people together. But when you look at childhood obesity, the incidence that is there, a lot of times what I see is parents being a bit stricter on their children regarding the choices that they make. And even though the intention is to make the child healthy, it builds a lot of fear and apprehension in the child, and later on might even lead to overindulgence or eating disorders. Now, this is a difficult territory to tread. I'm sure you must see a lot of such patients in your clinic. How do you deal with them?
First thing is role modeling. So the parents have to eat healthy. So what they eat should be chosen wisely. Like for example, instead of brownies, they can take fruits and nuts for their snacks. And what they buy and give to the child is also very important. So role modeling is the first step, and the second step is portion control. So there's a lot of negativism among childhood. So if we tell them don't do this, they will actually do that. So instead, we can empathize and we can give them in portion controls. And the third step is rewarding them. If they eat that plate full of vegetables, we can give them like one small bit of chocolate. So that would be rewarding and soothing. So that's a good model.
These days, urban India has a lot of fast food joints, so you cannot completely avoid, food items like pizzas or pastas. So how can we strike a balance? It's not about good food or bad food, but rather in which quantity do we consume healthy foods and not so healthy food. So what are the replacements that we can look at?
Cooking at home is very important, because when we cook at home, we can actually control and we can make it balanced. So balancing is a key. Like for example, pasta can be made healthier. Instead of white pasta, we can add brown pasta, and 2 handful of brown pasta gives the cereal portion of it, and 3 handful of different kinds of vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, rainbow colored vegetables. It gives the micronutrients and antioxidants, and peas, the green peas, it gives the protein part of it. So when we actually make a pasta out of it with very little cold pressed oil, it becomes balanced. Once in a while we can make them pizza also with instead of white maida, we can use flaxseed base, or we can use almond flour base, and we can make pizza out of it.
Sugar craving is a part of PCOS pathology. So how can someone deal with cravings?
Okay. Anecdotally, 60% of PCOS have binge eating problem or craving. Basically, this craving is because of high insulin. When there is insulin resistance, there will be hyperinsulinemia, high insulin. So low GI food is the key. In layman terms, we will have to reduce the amount of or portion size of the chapatis or idli or rice that we are eating. Instead, we can give them good amount of protein, like if they are non-vegetarians, eggs, chicken, lean meat, or if they are vegetarians, good amount of dal, legumes, along with 3 handfuls of vegetable would do wonders.
These days there are lots of diets doing the round, especially something like a keto diet, because it causes really quick weight loss. How do you see any diet?
So keto diet is something which has 5 to 20 grams of carbohydrates. For teen or even for adults, it's very difficult to follow those kind of diets, because it is not sustainable.
Correct.
But it shouldn't be as restrictive as keto diets. Yes, basically when PCOS patient come to me, it's actually combination of lifestyle. Sleep is very important. We tell them that you will have to definitely sleep by 10:30 and wake up before 7 o'clock because of this cortisol issues. So when we ask them to do 40 days, they get their periods just by altering their sleep or regularizing their sleep. They get their periods. So that's number 1. Number 2 is water. Because whenever they have emotional eating is there in case of PCOS, and they don't differentiate between whether it is water hunger or food hunger. So taking good amount of water is also very important. So we ask them to carry a bigger bottle. Since it's a tropical region, 3 liters of water, and 2.5 liters should be completed from morning till 6 o'clock. And this half a liter is spare for the evening. In case if they feel thirsty, they can have more water, but only half a liter after sunset. Then exercise. Exercise is also very important because here the problem is insulin resistance. So exercise. So when it comes to exercise, cardio, a combination of cardio exercise with functional training and resistance training will improve insulin resistance. So exercise is also very important. Then comes diet.
Ma'am, what about some fads that are doing the rounds on the internet? You know, apple cider vinegar, taking ginger, lemon, honey water early in the mornings. Is there scientific evidence that shows these as weight loss techniques?
Instead of adding honey to lemon, we can give them plain lemon water. Instead of giving apple cider vinegar, there are a lot of other things which are anti-inflammatory in nature. For example, turmeric. It has curcumin in it. It has anti-inflammatory effect. And cinnamon. Cinnamon is very, very important because it reduces the inflammation.
So, talking about inflammation, a lot of studies show that gluten and dairy, these are the two big things that might incite an inflammatory response in our body, thereby making any condition worse. So, what do you say about it?
It has to be seen symptomatically. For example, when we take gluten, even if there is no gene for celiac disease, I see a lot of patients who suffer from gluten sensitivity. So if they have that problem, we have to eliminate gluten. So we have to assist the patients. Post eating chapatis, or khichdi, sambar rava khichdi, if they have bloating, cramping, if they feel very sleepy and drowsy, it means that they have gluten sensitivity. So symptomatically, if they have this problem, they can eliminate. It's not for everybody. And again, dairy. A2 milk is actually the key. So if we actually give them A2 milk from Desi, A2 milk is from Desi cow. Basically, Desi cow has hump.
Okay.
So if we actually take express milk from this cow, the inflammation reduces.
Okay, but as consumers, like how would I figure out? Is it mentioned on the packet or something?
It is mentioned on the packet, and there are vendors who gives A2 milk these days. So we can opt. If it is not available, we can have different milk substitutes like almond milk, soya milk, rice milk. There are a lot of other different milks available, so we can use those options.
To summarize, please give us key points that we should take home.
We can have a kitchen garden.
Right.
Yes. Small things like tomatoes. That will also gardening is also very good exercise. So we can ask our children to involve themselves in gardening, and they have to understand the plight of farmers and all this. Home cooking. Home cooking is very important. We spend lot of money on kids, but I feel that home cooking is the best investment, health investment that we are going to do for our kids. Portion control is very, very important. And the last point is functional foods and superfoods. No food is called as magical food. Portion size, balancing, eating everything in a balanced way is very, very important.
Thank you, Dr. Preeti. It was a wonderful chat, and I hope that it helps a lot of people out there. Thank you.
Thank you so much.